You know, they say fear has a way of paralyzing you, of stealing away your courage until all that's left is the hollow shell of who you used to be. And right now, as I sit here in the darkness, I can't help but feel its icy grip tightening around my heart. My name isn't Williams. I will remember these holidays for the rest of my life. After passing my high school exams, I was supposed to start studying physical education in Louisville. I was always good at sports and popular at school, or so I thought. It started like any other day. Mom making breakfast in the kitchen, Dad tinkering away in his workshop out back. My friends and I laughing and joking as we made plans for the weekend ahead. But then everything changed. I watched helplessly as Mom and Dad, as they succumbed to the sickness, their bodies ravaged by a disease that seemed to spare no one. They were supposed to be my protectors, my guiding light in a world gone mad. The moment they changed, they tried to kill me. Their eyes, lifeless, now I dream about this image every night. I had no other choice. I don't know if it was out of fear, the will to survive, or pity. I had to put an end to their pain. And now all I have left are memories, fragments of a life that feels like it belonged to someone else. And my friends, oh God, my friends. We grew up together, shared secrets and dreams that now seem like nothing more than cruel illusions. I can still hear their voices, their laughter mingling with the moans of the sick and dying as they were torn away from me, one by one. I remember the sickness that swept through our town like a silent plague, its presence hanging heavy in the air like a noxious fog. People fell ill one by one, their once vibrant faces now pale and drawn with pain. And in the midst of this epidemic, my world was torn apart. In this world where death lurks around every corner, where the familiar faces I once knew now haunt my every waking moment, I'm left to wonder, how do you find the strength to go on? How do you face the unknown when everything you once held dear has been torn away from you? I never imagined it would come to this. To see her like this, it's like a dagger through my heart, twisting and tearing at the very fabric of my being. We used to laugh together, share secrets and dreams that now feel like distant memories. But as I look into her lifeless eyes, I can't help but wonder, is there anything left of the girl I once knew? Or is she just another mindless monster, driven by some primal urge to consume? I should end it, I know I should. It's what she would want, what she deserves. But every fiber of my being rebels against the idea of raising a weapon against my best friend. How do you fight someone you once loved? How do you find the strength to let go? I can't leave them here like this. They were good people, they deserve a proper burial. And my parents, I will bury them in the garden, where my mother tended the flowers, where they both lived. I want to run, to escape this nightmare. To flee this town that's been tainted by death and despair. But where would I go? Everything seems to blur together, each road leading to the same desolate horizon. So I've made my decision. I'll stay here, in the home that once sheltered me from the storm. I'll wait for the military convoys to arrive, for the aid that promises to bring salvation to those who remain. And in the meantime, I'll honor the memories of those I've lost, keeping their spirits alive in the quiet corners of my heart.
This is Triple N. We're here with some breaking news. General McGrew has just finished speaking. Let's go over to the Knox event exclusion line.
Thank you, Joan. General John McGrew has confirmed panic and confusion inside the zone, with no confirmation of the violent scenes some claim to have witnessed, and still no reasoning behind the communication blackout.
I am making this statement at 11 a.m. on the July 14, 1993. There are many rumors circulating. Many falsehoods. This is an appeal for calm. I can confirm there has been an outbreak. The ailment is, as yet, unidentified. It is flu-like. It leads to panic. It leads to confusion. There is no evidence of fatalities within the exclusion zone. We are using judged and judicious force to maintain the border. Warning shots have been fired. No civilians have been harmed. We must ensure that this infection is not allowed to spread. I am in hourly contact with the President on this matter. The no-fly zone will remain in place for the foreseeable future. At this time, we will take no questions.
Are the general's responses enough for America? Those forced to stay in army-issued tents around me, and those evacuated to the north seem to be saying no. Back to the studio.
Kirsty Cormick there on the Knox event boundary. We'll be keeping you updated throughout the day, on Triple N.
It won't be easy, this waiting game we find ourselves playing. But as long as there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon, as long as there's a chance for a better tomorrow, I'll hold on to it with every fiber of my being. For their sake, and for mine.